This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
I'm Sarah Smith, and I'm excited to share that I am running for Iowa House District 53 in 2022. As a lifelong Iowan and a native of Grinnell, I know the district well, and I have a vested interest in its success. It has been a home to my family for generations, which is why I am eager to learn more from you and support our collective growth. So please follow me, ask me, join me. Visit sarahsmithforiowa.com.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Polly Ice Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, the Dairy Barn, and Sarah Smith for House. We also got to throw in there the Grinnell Booster Club. So thank you to all those fine sponsors for sponsoring Grinnell soccer all spring. I got to get my words out here. Also want to shout out to Grinnell Mutual for our scoreboard sponsor, and then also for our quarter sponsor, Brent Nichols State Farm. So thank you to all those. Guest tonight, Blake Walker, our play-by-play, Chris Juni. It's all yours.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. Welcome to Blake in the broadcast booth, and welcome to TT Crandall Field for high school girls soccer tonight on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network on YouTube. Grinnell Tigers in the Little Hawkeye Conference against a familiar foe, the Pella Dutch, coming in with a record of 7-6 overall, 3-1 in the conference. Grinnell 4-6 overall, 2-3 in their conference. And Pella, as usual, Blake, pretty formidable, a lot of weapons to choose from.
Yeah, they do. They're led by their sophomore Abby Warner, 26 goals on the season. That ranks 15th in the state, up top 5 at least in Class 2A. So they're going to be a tough match. I know that for sure. Grinnell's got their hands full tonight.
And, of course, their goalkeeper, Haley Van Howling, a junior goalkeeper, has 135 saves on the year, which is in the top, I believe I saw top 20 or 25 in the state. So, again, as usual, very formidable, a lot of athletes. This Pella seems to bring every year. Tigers, though, coming off, decent outing. They've lost 2 in a row, but, very competitive. They beat a good Indianola team here a couple weeks ago, then lost to Knoxville 2-1, then lost to State-rated Norwalk 4-1. And that was a game, I understand, until the second half when Norwalk kind of got a couple of goals and kind of took care of momentum. So, as the coaches say, Brad Hall, Coach Hall is saying that these girls can play. It's just a matter of sustainment and keeping things in check and getting the full 80 minutes in.
Yeah, Coach Hall talked about that Norwalk game was so important. He was so proud of the girls. Obviously, Hall can't be here tonight for COVID reasons, but still going to be assistant coach tonight. So, and between that and the Knoxville game, you hung around. You were tied late in the game, and then the double overtime goal, finish that one out against the Panthers. So I think if you can get a big win tonight here against a ranked Pella team, I think that'd be pretty big. Dutch coming off a tough loss. Dallas Center Grimes 8-0, so they're going to be a little bit on that recovery mode. But, Grinnell's just got to play their game and really step up. Big senior night here for these girls.
Absolutely. And, of course, at Little Hawkeye Conference, as we've discussed, across most sports, very competitive, very tough conference. Basketball, girls and boys side, just brutal. and then soccer's big. There's track and softball, baseball, just all competitive all the way around. And as usual, Pella, again, has a whole stable full of athletes that they can come at you with, and they just keep gunning and never giving up. And Tigers know what they're going to face. They've faced Pella before. They know what they're about. They've played it for years, probably even going back to, AAU soccer, amateur soccer, little kids soccer. They met up with some of these players from Pella. So looking for a great match here. And unlike a week ago, Blake, where it was cloudy, windy, and about 40 degrees, felt like 30. Now it's, partly cloudy, kind of windy, and about 90, feels like about 120. So
it's weird because last week, or when we were here doing the Norwalk or the Knoxville game, it was hazy or whatever because of the fog and the rain. Now it's hazy because it's so hot out. It's like a sauna out here.
Yeah, I think whatever it's 90 outside in this press box with this sun, we're about another 5 degrees up on that.
And I'm sorry if you hear any wind noises because we're not going to fix that. That wind is what's keeping us cool right now. So
we have every window that we could get here to get some fresh air coming through here.
All right, going through now the starting lineups being introduced for both teams as they're set to get on the field. First, though, we're going to have the national anthem, so we'll take this pause while we have the national anthem performed here at TT Cranny Field.
I'm Sarah Smith, and I'm excited to share that I am running for Iowa House District 53 in 2022. As a lifelong Iowan and a native of Grinnell, I know the district well, and I have a vested interest in its success. It has been a home to my family for generations, which is why I am eager to learn more from you and support our collective growth. So please follow me, ask me, join me. Visit sarahsmithforiowa.com.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Sarah Smith, the House, and Polley's Pizza.
All right, getting set for soccer here on a beautiful yet warm, suddenly warm Tuesday evening, just typical Iowa. Only have 2 seasons, summer and winter. We had like a week of spring, or maybe
last week, yeah.
Last week, and now boom, we're into the 90s all week long, and storms.
That was spring, was it?
Well, I don't know what to call it, but it was short enough that we transitioned right into it. So, again, great night for a soccer game, high school girls soccer here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Glad to have you with us. Chris Juni alongside Blake Walker and Dan Walker bringing you the coverage tonight. Tigers looking to get a victory, having lost 2 straight, and Pella looking to bounce back. As you said, Blake, Dallas Center Grimes handed it to them last time they're in their last game out.
Well, yeah, it's a weird combination. That loss to Dallas Center Grimes, obviously number 1 in Class 2A, and then beat Nevada 1-0. Nevada's a top 5 team in Class 1A. So, yeah, just kind of an up-and-down team trying to prove that they can handle it as we head toward the postseason. Grinnell plays Nevada in the first round of the playoffs here in a couple weeks.
All right, so Tigers play it in, and quickly they lose it over. Pella with the control. Dutch on the attack, bringing it down. There comes Warner slicing in. Warner now gets out to the middle of the field, knocked away by Grinnell. Gets a pass over in the corner to Kayla Van Polen. Trying to keep it in, she does. Tries to center it again, but right back to the goalkeeper for the Tigers. And that goalie is Olivia Renzi, sophomore goalkeeper. Has 108 saves on the year with an 84% save percentage. Pella quickly gains control of the ball back in their end. Van Polen gets past the Tiger defenders, now centers it on a pass, but knocked away by Grinnell and tipped out to Sophia Tyler. Now a shot on goal that time, lost away, but knocked down nicely by Renzi. Shot that time by number 7, Anna Vanderwall. And looked like they just lost control of it, and Pella got a chance.
Pella loves to shoot from a long distance. Their shot percentage is not great, only 21% on the season, but that's why. They've shot on goal 164 times to Grinnell's 74, and they only have 35 goals this season. So they love to shoot, that's for sure, but definitely not a high percentage goal type team.
All right, so Pella set to throw it in as the ball deflects off of Grinnell out of bounds. And the Dutch get it in. No longer called the Little Dutch. They are simply known as the Dutch. Men's, boys, and girls teams. Ball briefly in the Tigers' offensive end. Pella tries to clear, knocked down by the Tigers, and Tigers trying to mount an attack. Here come the Tigers on the right side. Shiloh Smith tries to get it ahead to a teammate, but only white jerseys there. And Pella knocks it down and boots it out to clear it, giving the defense a chance to reset, and Tigers will have a throw in. Just underway here at TT Cranny Field. No score between Pella and Grinnell. About 2 minutes gone here in this first period. 2 40-minute periods with a running clock, unless it's stopped by the official, and then a 10-minute halftime in high school soccer. Here come the Tigers now on the attack, but Pella knocks the ball away, and they control and try to go on the attack themselves. Abby Warner now, their leading goal scorer, try to have it tipped away by Shiloh Smith, but Warner gets it, throws it in long, trying to get it out ahead on a run out for her teammate, and Renzi out there to poke it away right back to the center to Sophia Tyler. Tyler tries to get to the middle to Warner. Or correction, that's Ivy Schmidt with the ball. Now Schmidt gets it over on the right side, trying to hit Sydney Miller. Miller loses it back to Pella, but regained by Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith trying to get it down the corner to Sydney Miller. Miller in the foot race, ball goes out of bounds, and let's see where they point.
I'm not quite sure.
There's no linesman on. Well, he's way back up here.
They're going to say it went out over here.
Okay, so they're going to say off Pella, so Grinnell gets a throw in. Miller into Schmidt. Schmidt back to Miller. Miller tries to get one center, but kind of a miss hit. Looked like me hitting my wedge, and it just kind of went off to the side out of bounds across the end line, and Pella will get a goal kick.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. It looked like that ball went off in the corner. I have no idea. Obviously, it's harder to see over here, but...
And I still did not see an official make a signal, so but anyway, off of Pella, Grinnell ball, they threw it in. Now Pella with a goal kick out to midfield, knocked down nicely by the Dutch. Claire Smock with the ball. Now she gets into control, passes upfield, defended out there by McKenna Smith. McKenna knocks it away and gives it back over the Tigers. Schmidt tried to get it for a moment, knocked away by Eliza Van Zee, junior defender for the Dutch. Back to Smith, kicks it across for the Tigers. Now circling around is Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith leaves it for Schmidt, and the Tigers looking to attack. Schmidt boots it down, trying to get to Sydney Miller. A lead pass, and Miller in a foot race. Kind of get there at the same time as a Pella defender. A lot of arm jostling, but won by the Dutch, and they control. And Pella clears the area. Now it's a foot race down, but Olivia Renzi just scoops it up. Chasing it down was Claire Smock, but a little too far, and Renzi boots it out to midfield. What wind there is blowing from left to right in your broadcast screen. So Pella is going with the wind starting out. Now the Dutch try to clear it again. Now they have a run out, an attack goal. This is Kaylee Van Polen. Polen tries to center it, and right there to watch it go into her goalkeeper. Lauren Pease was there to make sure, and Renzi scoops it up for a Tiger goal kick. Renzi boots it out and headed down by Miller. Try to get to Schmidt. Schmidt battling now in the center against Annika Stolzfus. Stolzfus over now to Van Polen. Van Polen back to the middle to Stolzfus. And chased down. Now the Dutch work it on the far side. Now works it across field. Try to get it to Van Polen. Van Polen up in the middle to Vanderwall. Vanderwall heads it down and Van Polen chases. Got to keep your eye out for Abby Warner, the sophomore goal scorer for the Dutch. And it goes across the end line. And let's see. They call a penalty?
No, we're going to get a corner kick
for the
Pella.
Dutch. All right. Well, she just left it there, so I assume somebody's going to run down and kick it. So, and here comes Eliza Van Zee for the Dutch corner kick.
1 assist and no goals for Van Zee, so see how this goes.
Gets it up in the air, trying to use that height for a header. Gets knocked down by the Dutch. They had a shot, lined it up, and kicked it out to the center. Now knocked away by Grinnell. Boy, you hesitate and you lose, and they're now on the far side. Grinnell on the attack. Miller overran it, tries to get it back to Smith. Smith overran it in a tussle with the Dutch defender. Smith battling, and won by the Dutch. And to Vanderwall. Vanderwall tries to get it back down in, but it goes out of bounds. And it should be a Tiger throw-in.
Best opportunities is when everybody's pushed down to that one side and you can maybe free up on a counterattack. Grinnell just kind of misstepped it.
Now we have a whistle.
It's going to be a throw-in right behind the tent there.
And a throw-in by the Tigers. Try to get it down to Taylor Smith over her head. Does control and just booted up and out of bounds by Liza Van Zee. We've seen that a lot, Blake. A lot of teams have that to give their defense a chance to recover. They'll just boot it out. The defense sprints down for recovery.
Between that and personal fouls committed on purpose on counterattacks, if you're not going to be able to catch back up, it's not really going to hurt you too much.
Nope. And definitely Pella, that's the third time I've seen just early in this game that they just booted it out of bounds, let their defense reset, and Tigers have a throw-in on their end. Quickly tries to get it into Smith. Back over to Miller. Out to Schmidt. Schmidt controls it. Out to Blanchard. Blanchard now fighting for, but lost it to the Dutch. Now over to Vanderpool. Now taking is Claire Smock. She's trying to go down the near side, and it goes out of bounds. Could not maintain control, and the Tigers will have a throw-in. 7 minutes gone by here in this first half. 32 minutes left. Over 32 minutes left to go until halftime. No score between Grinnell and Pella. High school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network. And that throw-in, try to get to Schmidt. She tried to control it, but tapped it out of bounds, so the ball goes over to the Dutch, and the Dutch will have a throw-in. Tatum Carlstone, junior defender. And surprise, surprise, Carlstone and Van Zee look really tall out there.
I was going to say, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm surprised we have not seen her on the basketball court because she has some height on her.
Now you got Miller on a shot on goal, and Miller was able to get her hips turned and got good velocity on it, but right there making one of those saves for the Dutch is Haley Van Houweling.
That was really well done by Sydney, able to turn that corner like you said.
Now Van Houweling boots it out to the middle, misjudged by the Tigers, headed back by Smith. Now headed back by the Dutch, back to Smith. She tries to get it up ahead. Dutch headed right back. And they boot it up in the air. Now it's run down, Pease down there for the Tigers against Smock. Smock battling. Now Smock gets it back to her teammate. Now a centering pass over, tries to get a header in, and it's a wide open net, but goes just wide.
Wow.
Tigers dodged a bullet there. Nice setup by the Dutch.
The crazy thing is Abby's not really bringing the ball up at all for the Dutch. I mean, she's just kind of waiting and get assisted. I mean, you got to think, 35 goals on the season by the Dutch, and 26 of them are by Abby Warner. I mean, she just hasn't been able to bring the ball up a ton.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's part of the Tigers' defensive game plan, too, is to really watch where number 10 goes for the Dutch.
That was great defense by Lauren Pease using her back.
Now Schmidt with the ball. Tigers on the attack, but it's 1-on-4. There comes another Tiger. Miller getting there, but knocked away by the Dutch by Annika Stolzfus. Stolzfus now trying to turn the corner, knocks it out of bounds, and Tigers thought it went off of Pella, but the linesman on the far side says no, it is a Dutch throw-in, so here they go. Quickly throws it in. Pease controlling it down in the corner, going to watch it go. And the Dutch player slipped behind her, gets control of the ball. Pella still the control, now a shot attempt, but knocked away by Grinnell across the end line.
That was Abby Warner again on the far side.
And that will be a corner kick for the Dutch. 30.5 minutes left to go here, first period. No score between Grinnell and Pella. High school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Chris Juni, Blake Walker, and Dan Walker along with you on this gorgeous but warm evening, Tuesday evening.
Coming into tonight, Pella had 45 more corner kicks on the season than Grinnell did.
That time she tried to get the spin on it and put some bend on the ball and went right to Renzi, who was right there, catches the ball. She boots it out quickly. Now Smith tries to knock it down, but knocks it a little bit too far, and it's controlled by the Dutch. Pella backs it out towards midfield, and they will reset. Now the pass a little bit errant. Schmidt has it. Schmidt maneuvering around. Over now on the near side to Tyler. Tyler for the Dutch, or for the Tigers rather, tries to get it ahead, but knocked away by the Dutch. Ever-present defenseman there, and it really goes out of bounds.
That was a close one.
We will have a Tiger throw-in.
Sometimes a couple of officials are a little bit more lenient on those touch lines, but
it's just like in any sport. Some officials call everything after
I was going to say, that guy.
Other officials let it go.
Going for it right there, yeah.
All right, here come the Dutch. Centering pass now.
Nice pass.
Down to Warner. Warner in the center. Watch out. Here she comes, maneuvering. Tiger goes down. Warner gets a shot up and across. An open net, and Warner takes a tumble.
I think everyone went down there. Yeah. I think Grinnell was just like, we're going to have to fall and try to stop this anyway.
Yep.
That's just Abby Warner able to slice through defenses at will.
So Tigers have 1 shot on goal. I have the Dutch with 2 shots on goal early on here. And Shiloh Smith set to kick it out for the Tigers. A low kick along the ground, gets it out to the middle to Miller, or correction, to Shiloh Smith. That was McKenna Smith that kicked it out. Thank you, Dan.
And McKenna most of the time is the one that goal keeps out just because she has the strongest leg.
Yep. That pass was trying to be centered by the Tigers. Pella went to hit it, but they missed it. And they ruled it was not touched by the Dutch. I'll be able to talk here in a minute, folks. Hang with me. Now back to Pella on the attack. Try to get it over the middle to Warner, but she's knocked away. Pease right there to knock that one away. Headed out by the Tigers. Up in the air, controlled by Schmock. Schmock in a battle with a couple Tiger defenders and won by Pease. Pease now gets it out ahead, trying to get it out to the Tigers. Smith with the there. Oh, Pella defender falls down. And now the Tigers have a bit of an attack going. And Smith there, but knocked out by Pella, and they call a whistle.
They're going to call a foul there on, I think that's going to be on Mia Warner.
Yep. She puts her hands out like, what?
Smith was going to have a really good shot at a breakaway, and Mia just knew. She's like, if I can trip her just a little bit, slow her down. Referee caught that one.
And again, kind of hard to see from our vantage point on the far side of the field. There was a big tussle. Don't know if there's a push or whatever in there, but anyway, the official ruled a foul, so Grinnell will get a kick. And now we are waiting for...
The sun is right in the goalkeeper's face here for Pella, so this should be interesting.
Big boot by Schmidt, gets it in and just wide of the goal. Wide left, we have a substitution now for the Dutch and the Tigers. Coming in for Pella, number 9, Taylor Simini. Coming in for the Grinnell Tigers, number 12 and number 1. That's Tasha Eicher and Mariah Van Ersveld. They replaced Taylor Smith and Sophia Tyler for the Tigers, and coming out for the Dutch, number 18, Lauren Mace.
I tell you, that sun is going to be a big factor in the rest of this game, because as this sun keeps going down, it's going to get worse for those goalkeepers on that side. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see how this develops here.
The Tigers will be defending that goal in the second half. All right, Pella with a goal kick out to the midfield, knocked up by Miller, controlled by the Dutch. Dutch trying to get it over there. Now we got Warner on the far side. She's working her way downfield, and she is fast, but there's Pease right there to block her off, and Pease kind of walls her off. Warner gets past her. Now she gets the ball heading for the corner, trying to chase it down, and she does. She gets a shot on it. As you said, Blake, a shot at 10. It was wide, but she let her fly.
Abby herself coming in tonight, 108 shots on goal. So, I mean, she loves to shoot the ball, and you might as well. I mean, they say you just got to keep shooting, it's bound to go in, but I got to give credit to Grinnell's defenders, especially Lauren Pease, has been really solid here early, shutting down Abby Warner and all those front people.
I just keep thinking of an old basketball adage I heard. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So let them fly. You never know what might happen. Pella now on the attack. In the middle of the field is Vanderwall. Vanderwall on the near side over to Poland. Poland trying to center it over to Warner. Oh, she has it loose there for a second, but Pease is right there. Or rather, Smith was right there to knock it away. And Warner needed one more second to line that up.
I don't think she thought it was going to get to her that quick. It kind of almost went in between her own feet, but Grinnell catches a break there.
And Tigers clear, but Dutch headed up, trying to maintain control. A little shoving there between Schmidt and Stoltzefus, and they call a foul on Schmidt that time. All right.
Ivy got pushed a little bit harder.
Always the second one, though.
I mean, yeah, the second one's always big, because if you get pushed once, you're going to push harder on the second. So.
And Pella now, a long goal kick right down. Ooh, Renzi has some trouble, got loose, and she scoops it up as Claire Smock, the freshman forward, closing in. But Renzi makes the save. That is considered a shot on goal, so now it's 3 shots on goal for Pella to 1 for Grinnell. Dutch again able to control the ball, keep the ball in their offensive end. Now Pella tries to get it down to Schmock, but it goes too far out of bounds, and Tigers will have a goal kick. And Blake, when we've done these other soccer games, and you've probably noticed this too, both boys and girls, it seems like they start out good, the Tigers do, but then they spend the vast majority of a half in their defensive end, and they're playing defense.
And you're playing defense, and it does wear you out. I mean, that means that any advantage you get to go downfield, you have to take it. You can't be, too lazy on it, because if you don't want to play playing defense the entire game.
All right, Schmidt with good defense there. As Pella tried to center it, knocked off of Schmidt out of bounds. Dutch with a throw-in. Ball gets past everybody and just booted out by McKenna Smith. And Dutch trying to quickly get it in. There they go, trying to find Warner. She has the ball. She gets a shot up. But again, looked like it might have been tipped away as Warner takes a tumble. A little slow getting up.
She swung that left leg pretty hard there. A little bit slower getting up.
A lot of torque. You got to plant that right foot and then swing your hips around as you kick to get that ball centered, and just couldn't quite do it. And Tigers will get a goal kick.
You might be able to see it on the screen. I find it ironic. Pella has their tent up and nobody is using it. Meanwhile, Grinnell has their tent up and everybody's underneath it. I guess play to the heat, I guess. But.
All right, Pella now. In play. Knocked away by Van Ersveld. Now back over, controlled by the Dutch. Vanderwall trying to get it now, looking for Warner. Vanderwall bringing it down to the middle. Tries to get it to Vanderwall, or rather to Warner. Warner surrounded. Ball's tipped up right to Renzi, who catches it, and there'll be a goal kick.
Geez, I don't know how that header somehow still stayed on track for the goal, but that was impressive.
Schmidt now tries to hit it on down. Tasha Eicher. Now Schmidt. Schmidt looking to attack. Here come the Tigers on the attack. Ahead to Miller. Tigers got something. Miller needs to get down the field. Caught up by two Dutch defenders. And let's see where they're pointing.
Might be having a corner kick here.
Well, again, our linesman is...
Well, yeah, he's all the way down here. There's no... I don't know. The officiating... We only have two officials, so that's one downside.
That's
but, yeah,
true.
This one official's just all the way down here. It's hard to tell.
Yep. Yeah, normally you have three, the referee and two linesmen. But anyway, Tigers with a corner kick. Up in the air, tries to knock down. Ball tipped out of there by Pella. Was on the ground for a moment. Tasha Eicher had a shot at it. Schmidt chases it out, and it'll be a Tiger throw-in. Schmidt quickly gets the ball in now to Van Ersveld. Van Ersveld over to Shiloh Smith. Shiloh Smith being battled with Van Zee. She clears it out. Quickly knocked back in by Hausberger. Hausberger over to Schmidt. Now to Miller, but Miller loses it, and back to the Dutch. Knocked back down by Bridget Blanchard, and here come the Dutch. Now the header down, knocked back nicely by the Tigers. Nice play there. Now Grinnell trying to corral it, chase it down. Shiloh Smith clears it back, but played back in by the Dutch.
You can tell stamina's hurting right now, especially in this heat. Girls are, both sides, kind of late to these balls getting upfield.
Yeah, the pace is definitely slow in the
it's
opening
not.
moments.
We were fast there in the beginning. This is whoever can just stay cool and keep moving.
And we're not even halfway through, with 21 and a half minutes left to go till halftime.
Oh, Sydney Miller took a fall there.
Miller went to kick it and didn't see any contact, no whistle, so looks like it'll be a Pella. Corner kick.
Corner kick again.
All right. Coming down to do that corner kick, the freshman Shiloh Smith for the Tigers. Pella's head coach, Mark Howard, is out with COVID tonight, so Brittany Rousey is filling in.
No, Grinnell's head coach.
Grinnell's head coach, excuse me. My apologies. Brad Hall is out with COVID. Corner kick goes awry, and Pella will have a goal kick.
He's probably watching at home, honestly. Hey, Coach, how's it going? I hope he gets feeling better here.
And we have a timeout taken, looks like, yep.
I have not seen a timeout taken in soccer for as long as I've been doing this.
We'll
for the
take
last
one
couple
with
years.
him.
All right, we're listening to watching Grinnell Girls Soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, and the Grinnell Newburgh Dollars for Scholars.
All right, back here at TT Crandon Field with what we believe is a mandatory timeout about halfway through. Because of the heat, air temperature is 90, so I'm guessing on the field it's probably at least 5 to 10 degrees warmer than that, even though there is a nice breeze out of the south. And both teams break the huddle, and we are about ready to resume action. Of course, we have this is the first of 3 broadcasts we have this week for soccer. Tonight it's girls soccer versus Pella. On Thursday the 12th, boys will host Nevada here at 5:30, and then on Friday the 13th, the boys will host Boone, which will put a wrap on the soccer season. And then the next week we start our softball baseball season here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Check out our website for times and schedules.
Should be a good baseball and softball season. Both teams good upside, ready to have successful seasons.
We're excited to announce that we are going to sponsor a Tiger Sports Livestream night, June 18th, the doubleheader versus Newton. So come on out to the baseball field. We'll be giving away shirts and koozies for your soda pops and have a fun night.
Chris will sign all your koozies.
That's right.
I'll have my crayon ready. All right, Tigers now get the ball. They put it in play. Have a good session of offensive players down this time. Most black jerseys we've seen in the Tiger offensive end. Now the Tigers trying to control, get it back in, knocked away by the Dutch, and cleared away by the Dutch. Over now to Warner. You almost get the feeling, Blake, that every time the ball gets near Warner, you just got to kind of hold your breath to see what he has that capability.
They're not letting it really get to her a ton. I don't think she's got to be a little frustrated because, like I said, they're really letting them stay on this right side. But here's a breakaway opportunity.
Schmock now gets the ball loose. Warner in the middle. Got to watch out for Schmock. Gets around the Tiger defender. Schmock now over the middle. Tries to get it over to Warner, but Stolzfus takes it. Stolzfus has knocked off the ball by Smith. Now Smith in the middle, bringing the ball back. And again, Blake, as you said, nice job by the Tiger defense there to thwart that attack.
I feel like Pella could have been just a little bit more aggressive there. I'm surprised they didn't try to center upfield. They decided to go backwards, and that kind of killed them a little bit. But
could have been that fatigue we were talking about
yes.
with this heat, I'm sure. That's
just because you get a 2-minute break doesn't mean you're immediately ready to go again.
Thrown by the Tigers now. Tasha Eicher gets the ball, cleared out by Pella, knocked down by Grinnell. Kay Widner with the ball, over to Blanchard. Blanchard gets it on, trying to hit Eichner, but nobody home, and cleared out by the Dutch. Now Hosberger on the far side, trying to get out to Miller, but knocked away by Pella, and the Dutch control. And the ball goes out of bounds, and they are signaling a Pella Dutch throw-in. 18:49 left to go and counting here in this first period. No score between Grinnell and Pella. High school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday evening. May come down to just a battle of attrition or a lucky bounce here or there, Blake.
Yeah.
The pace is really slow from the first opening minutes.
Yeah, the way it's going. I mean, Abby's got a chance here, but
Warner gets around, but there's Pease there. Warner gets past her, and she gets it in, and she does get her goal.
Just barely. I mean, she got around a couple, and Olivia had to come back up, but Abby Warner just able to sneak it by. 27 goals on the season for the sophomore.
So we'll say at the 22-minute mark, Abby Warner gets her goal, and it's 1-0 Pella. Again, like you said, wasn't much velocity on it. Doesn't have to, as long as it goes in. It got past Redzi. And
that was a slow roller. Didn't need to be too crazy.
Pease had her checked in the corner, but Warner somehow got loose from Pease and was able to get enough on it to get it past Redzi for the Dutch goal. Tigers play it in, trailing now 1-0. Smith boots it out, trying to get down on the attack. Here comes Schmidt, chasing it down. Schmidt right there tries to get it loose from the Dutch defender, but knocked back and cleared by Pella. That was Tatum Carlstone. Over now to Miller on the far side. Miller tries to get to Schmidt. Schmidt tries to get through traffic. She does. Schmidt gives it back over to Miller. Miller on the far side tries to keep control, but goes out of bounds. And it should be a Dutch throw-in. Let's see. Yes, it is. Dutch missed the throw-in. Now Smith tries to boot it up towards the end. And I believe it's going to go over the end line for a goal kick for Pella. I know in basketball we say when they're on the free throw line, if they're bent over the hands on their hips, it means they're tired. I see a lot of hands on hips out here because that's just got to be draining running for 35 minutes here.
Well, and that's
30-plus minutes.
That goal was so big for Pella because now you can't take a break, but you can at least think, all right, we don't have to fully keep going after it. Now, granted, like right here, you're going to go for it, but
Schmock now trying to get down again. Knocked off by Kay Widner. A little physicality there. Widner kind of bumps into her, and
they're really going at it.
Schmock pushed her right back, so that's good to see. They're letting that go. And the Dutch have a throw-in. Or correction, off the Dutch. Now the Tigers have a throw-in. And another whistle.
Lucky we didn't get a foul in there. Both girls were.
Well, we did get a foul.
Oh, there was a foul. I thought it was just
there was
throwing.
a kick. So Schmock tries to boot it down. Nice looking freshman forward for the Dutch. Renzi over there to make the save, or not necessarily save, just to gather up the ball, and she will have a goal kick. 1-0 Pella on top. Their goal scorer, Abby Warner, scored in the 22nd minute. The Dutch have a 1-0 lead. Renzi, goal kick out, knocked down by Warner. Here she comes again on the attack of Pease right there. Boots it up in the air away from Warner. Over now to Smith. Smith gets it over to Van Ersveld, misses it. Trickling out of bounds, and it will go out of bounds. Should be a Pella throw-in. Oh, okay. They're signaling. The official on the linesman on this side said it was black off of the Dutch, so Grinnell gets a throw-in. Blanchard gets it in now to Smith, or to Eichner. They call a handball there. Inadvertent. Liza Van Zee was having her arm up to get balanced, and the ball just happened to go up and hit it.
That always happens, and we talked about that with Blanchard last week. There's a good chance here for Grinnell.
Schmidt now has some space. Can she get turned and get it past the defender, get a shot off? Schmidt tries to get a shot off, knocked away nicely by the Dutch. Callie Carlstone knocks it about.
It looks so easy to catch up to a ball and score. It is not easy. That thing just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, and then you have to set yourself while getting a good enough goal. But good corner kick opportunity here for Grinnell.
And again, there's a lot of factors involved in just running up into it and kicking it. You got to get square, get your hips turned, and eye where you want to go. There's a lot of things. So Tigers set for the corner kick. Here they come, breaking towards the goal.
Ooh.
Ball was a little bit low and scooped up by the goalkeeper, Haley Van Howling. And Pella will have the goal kick. Nice boot out past midfield. Headed down by Pease.
Oh.
Over now to Schmock. Schmock again battling Pease. Schmock gets around her. Trying to get around. Tries to center it over to Warner, but gets away from Warner and goes to the far side where the Tigers have control. Miller now on the far side. Boots it ahead to Schmidt. Schmidt up in the air, trying to get control of it. Again, Schmidt washed by Tatum Carlstone. Dutch defender there, keeping tabs on the Tigers' leading goal scorer, Ivy Schmidt. Now here we come again. This is Van Polen now on the near side. Off of Grinnell out of bounds. Van Polen with a throw-in. Tries to get in the middle to Warner. Knocked away by Smith. Back out to the middle to Carlstone. Carlstone gets it back. Now an enter pass on the attack down by the Dutch.
Oh.
That time, Van Polen with a header tries to get the pass to the center. Warner headed it up, but then there's two Tigers and a Dutch player collide, and we have a whistle.
Couple lucky breaks there for Grinnell. Nice job, though, stepping in. But either way.
Looks like they call a foul on Pella, so Tigers will get a kick here.
Callie Hart and Taylor Smith are about to check in for Grinnell.
Yeah. Smith with a kick up towards midfield. Schmidt knocks it down. Back over to Blanchard. Blanchard had it for a moment. Tries to get it back to Schmidt, but taken away by Pella. Anna Vanderwall. Senior midfielder now. Again, giving chase down is Schmock. Schmock tries to get it to the center. Goes behind the goal out of bounds. And Tigers will have a goal kick. And as Blake said, substitutions in now for the Tigers. Number 5, Taylor Smith. And number 19, Callie Hart coming in, replacing number 17, Bridget Blanchard. And number 3, Kay Widner. And these young ladies look very warm coming off to the sideline.
At this point, you're ready for the halftime break. Wishing you could probably go to the locker room, but They just sit in huddles here.
Halftime still 12.5 minutes away. Pella leading Grinnell 1-0 on a goal in the 22nd minute by Abby Warner, their sophomore goal scorer. She's 15th in the state in all classes. If you missed it, we said that at the top of our broadcast. And goal scored. And she tags on another one here. Smith set to kick it in. Tries to boot it out. Wind knocks it down. Slows it up a bit. Headed by the Dutch. Headed by Grinnell. Headed by the Dutch. And back by Grinnell. Now Pella looking to attack. Here comes Warner closing in. Pease right there. Or rather Smith right there to knock it down. Now the ball up in the air. Collision by two Tigers. They try to hit it out. And Eichner has it. Eichner battling the Dutch player. Defender, that is Callie Carlstone. And Eichner with a quick throw. Tries to hit Schmidt on the fly. Schmidt turns. Thought she had some open room, but there was a Dutch defender right there to clear it back. And Pella clears over to Van der Velde. Taken away by Grinnell. Shiloh Smith now tries to get it down to Sydney Miller. And it's a foot race, and we're going to have an offside. Lines on this side called an offside, I believe.
Barely offsides there.
Well, as you said, some of them call it tight, some of them let it go. And you have to adjust.
I think Sydney was expressing that with their hands to her side.
The official did go out there to try to explain his position to her, but it doesn't matter. He has a shirt, so that call stands, and Dutch with a kick. Pella now in their own end. Knocked out by Grinnell. Dutch will have a throw in. Again, trying to get it down to Warner. Smith in the far corner, shadowing Warner. Pease also right down there. And now it'll be a corner kick for the Dutch. And looks like Abby Warner is going to do the honors. Don't often see that, I wouldn't think. Your leading goal scorer do the corner kick, but
she's got a wicked curve.
Here we go. Warner, a low kick. Might have been a little bit of a miss hit. And knocked out by Grinnell. And cleared out by the Tigers, out of bounds. Dutch will just let it go out, and they will have a throw in. Just over 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. Pella leads Grinnell 1-0 on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
It doesn't seem like that clock's hardly moving.
Yeah, who's stopping the clock?
Yeah. We're not running around up here, but it's hot enough just sitting up here, let alone running around on the field.
Well, yeah, we have the sun coming in right on us. The people across the way that are sitting in front of the grandstands have the right idea, sitting in the shade. It's right now we are sitting at 87 degrees. It says uncomfortably hot.
Well, I will take heat over cold any day. If you
Yes.
said, Chris, you can have heat or cold, it's like, give me all the heat you want. Because I'm from Arizona, 110, that's fine with me.
Feels like 95.
Bring it on. Tigers with a throw in now. Under 10 minutes left to go first half. Pella gets it back. Dutch trying to get something going. Tries to center to the Dutch. Knocked out by Grinnell. Taylor Smith knocks it out. And Van Polen throws it in.
Oh.
Tiger fell down there, and here's Warner now maneuvering with the ball. Has a big left boot. Oof. That was from about 25 yards out. Had some spin on it and spun away.
That left leg. Abby has a really strong left leg and just enough on it. She is tired. Tired, and I think knee kind of bothering her a little bit. She's kind of holding her knee, trying to massage it a little bit. So
again, a lot of torque. You can see her wide up, but she got her hips turned, and you know that big left leg was coming. And fortunately went wide of the goal for the Tigers, and the Tigers played it with a goal kick. Tigers try to control, but again, Dutch gain it back and back in the offensive end for the Dutch. Pease there, intercepts, cuts right in front of Warner. Nice play to knock away that scoring attempt. Now Taylor Smith bringing the ball up. Smith lost it, Bill, back to the Dutch. Here comes Pella. Vanderwall on the near side, tries to get to the center to Warner. Warner not there. Knocked away by Grinnell, but Vanderwall comes in, a big collision. And they call a foul.
Sign Anna Vanderwall to the Pella football squad. Jeez.
I don't know.
That was a hit.
That looked pretty good, though. It was just shoulder and hip, and looked like they both got to it at the same time. But nonetheless, a foul called. It goes out of bounds, and Tigers will have a throw in. Under 8 minutes left to go here, first half. Pella leads Grinnell 1-0. High school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network on YouTube. Tigers throwing it in.
I think we have the record for the youngest ball boys and ball girls in the state of Iowa.
That's awesome to see. trying to get it ahead to Schmidt. Schmidt now battling the Dutch defender, trying to get on it, but right there, Eliza Van Zee keeping Schmidt off of that forearm. Nothing Schmidt could do, trying to gain control, but just cannot get around in front and past the defender. And the Tigers have a throw-in as the Dutch kick it out of bounds.
Right idea by Tyler there, Sophia Tyler, trying to kick it out, but this sets up Pella pretty well with
Here comes
Warner.
Warner. Guarded by Pease. Warner now tries to maneuver. Now Smith steps in play. Warner tries to get a pass, but nice job by Smith to knock that down. But right back to the Dutch. Warner now trying to get past there. Moves over to the center. A shot right on goal from the far side, but scooped up by Renzi.
I think that was either Taylor Semini or Smock. I think it was Semini.
That is a shot on goal. That's the Dutch's 5th shot on goal to Tigers having 2. Schmidt had control briefly but lost it. Miller trying to give chase. Ball tipped around. Back to Schmidt. Gets it back to Smith. Smith trying to maneuver past the Dutch defender. But right there was the Pella defender. Knocking it back and Pella on the attack. Pease boots it out. Right back to Pella though. Tigers cannot get it out of their defensive end. Here's Warner now maneuvering out the top. Big left foot again.
This is such a tough spot because everybody's, hands on their hips. Their feet have to be killing them for how hot it is. Like if you took one of those temperature thermometers and checked the heat of these players' feet, this is where it gets tough in these final minutes.
Warner now had the ball but knocked away by Smith. I believe it goes off Grinnell, so Pella should have a corner kick. Yeah, and one thing I know is just like this say in basketball, they have a quick release. When Warner winds up and when she decides to go, it's a pretty quick.
It's hard
from motion to full speed.
You don't really anticipate it when she shoots.
Well, and I could about imagine next year when they're playing on turf that he's going to be elevated because, it's a dark membrane that's underneath whatever the green color, so it's going to hold that sun a lot more than what this grass and dirt's holding.
Dutch now with the corner kick. It's a low kick. Tried to get it up in the air, I would think, along the ground, knocked out by Grinnell, and Dutch control it. Warner now has it. Now it's in the center, and Smith just clears it out. But again, the Dutch defenders are way up in their offensive end, and they keep it in play. 5 minutes left to go here, first half. Pella leads Grinnell 1-0. Now a centering pass, knocked down by the Tigers. Ball loose for a moment in front of the goal, trying to get in on it. And there's a shot.
Oh, what a
away by
save!
Renzi. Warner had point blank, and Renzi poked it up and out of bounds.
Wow. Right hand just kind of last second snuck up there and was able to knock it out.
She
nice
was diving, like she reached back with her right hand to poke it up there. Again, a great play by Renzi. I'm sure Dad and Mom are up there in the stands.
That was cool.
That would put that on the highlight reel. That was a nice save. And Dutch get a corner kick. Last few corner kicks from Pella have been low. I'm guessing that's by design, but let's see if they pop one up here. There's one up in the air for a header attempt, right to Renzi. She snags it, quickly runs out, and she boots it out of there. Bounces out to midfield where it's corralled by a couple of Dutch defenders. Tigers had one player back there. If they could have somehow got loose, could have possibly had a run out, but now the ball's set down by Pella. Goes across the end line, and we will have a goal kick, the first of substitution for Grinnell. Kay Widner coming in, also Bridget Blanchard, replacing Taylor Smith and Hosberger. Velio Hosberger.
Valley Joe.
Valley Joe, yeah.
Valley Joe, okay.
Both those two just gassed coming out.
Yes.
I tell you what, I got to give credit to, she has the ball right here, Tatum Carlstone. She's been really good for the Pella defense right now. Grinnell really can't seem to get past her. She's really been the only one causing problems.
Tipped out by the Dutch, and Tigers will have a throw-in.
Tatum and Callie, I should say, both very solid.
Blanchard quickly tries to throw it in, trying to get it over to Widner, rather to Eichner. Schmidt has it for a moment, now over to Eichner, but knocked loose. Now taking control of his Isabel Hart for the Tigers, but taken back away by the Dutch defense. And now here comes Van Polen on the near side. Gets away from her, kicked out by the Tigers. Van Polen quickly throws it in, tries to get it down to Schmock. Schmock has it bounced out and knocked out by the Tigers, and Van Polen will throw it in. Van Polen tries to get in the middle of Warner, but tipped away nicely by McKenna Smith. Dutch have in the middle of the field. There's number 9 with another shot. That goes wide. That was Taylor Simony, a freshman midfielder who had that nice shot on goal that Blake pointed out a while back. Has another one here. It goes wide left of the net, and Tigers will have a goal kick.
It's crazy because this Pella team only has 2 seniors, Anna Vanderwall and Callie Carlstone. So this Dutch team, as good as they are this year, is going to be really good next year.
Goal kick now put in play. Tigers trying to clear the zone. Miller has it, trying to get it out, and she does for a moment. Over now to Widner. Widner, but knocked out. Then Miller gets it up in the air, and the Tigers are giving chase. Eliza Van Zee, though, just boots it back down for the Dutch offense. And there goes Warner now, streaking across the middle. Right there to knock it away is McKenna Smith. Back, though, to Vanderwall. Vanderwall with a shot right at the goal. And another save by Renzi. That counts as a shot on goal. Renzi to boot it out as we have a minute and a half left to go here first period. Pella leading Grinnell 1-0. And Vanderwall on the far side. It was booted out, I believe. Let's see. Yep, Tigers have a throw-in. Quickly tries to throw it in down the field to Eichner. Eichner gets lost it to Pella. Now here comes, guess who? Warner on the attack. Weaves through the Tiger defense. Warner gets setting it up. Tried to go right footed that time, but
she knows it. She knows it too. She had it set and just kind of missed it when she fired on it. Knew it too. Probably would have been a goal, honestly. Grinnell catches it right there. Abby just missed it off her foot.
Very valuable skill, being able to kick a goal, shoot a goal, or strike the ball with either left or right foot.
Grinnell's got to clear this for the last 30 seconds.
Tiger just trying to hang on to halftime here. Here come the Dutch, though, over to Van Polen. Van Polen tries to get it to Warner. Now on the near side here is Schmock. Schmock tries to get in the center, tries to set for Warner. Pass in the middle to Warner, and we have a whistle.
I think we're going to get a handball. There was a, someone for Grinnell touched it, I think, while that thing was knocked around. So I think Pella's going to get a really nice shot here.
Yep, the foul occurred in the box.
So
we have Renzi against
Claire Smock's gonna get to have a chance here.
All right. And she puts in the lower left-hand corner of the goal. Not a lot Renzi could do there. It was on the ground. You don't know if it's going to come high or low. The reaction time is less than a second, and tough spot for the goal in the Dutch. Take advantage and score, and now they lead 2-0.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's kicked in an area full of people, and someone's hand was bound to touch it. Just kind of a tough circumstance there for Grinnell.
Well, it looked like too they just had their arm up trying to keep their balance, and the ball just happened to jump up and touch it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's no accidental touching. If it hits you, it's a handball. So they call it, and Tigers now with 10 seconds left, just trying to get the ball up. Miller now heads it, trying to mount some type of attack. Miller giving chase, and she gets knocked down. That's sort of the Dutch, and let's see. Oh, they're going to call a foul.
With 1 second left.
But it did not occur in the box, but Grinnell will get a kick here.
Nope, never mind. They're going to say no kick. Clock was running out, so no kick. Halftime it is.
Okay. Grinnell coaches want to know, well, you blew a whistle for a foul. Why didn't we stop that? But because it didn't occur in the box, the keeps going. The clock ran out, and that's half. Grinnell trailing Pella 2-0 on high school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
I'm Sarah Smith, and I'm excited to share that I am running for Iowa House District 53 in 2022. As a lifelong Iowan and a native of Grinnell, I know the district well, and I have a vested interest in its success. It has been a home to my family for generations, which is why I am eager to learn more from you and support our collective growth. So please follow me, ask me, join me. Visit sarahsmithforiowa.com.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pax Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
I'm Sarah Smith, and I'm excited to share that I am running for Iowa House District 53 in 2022. As a lifelong Iowan and a native of Grinnell, I know the district well, and I have a vested interest in its success. It has been a home to my family for generations, which is why I am eager to learn more from you and support our collective growth. So please follow me, ask me, join me. Visit sarahsmithforiowa.com.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pax Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
I'm Sarah Smith, and I'm excited to share that I am running for Iowa House District 53 in 2022. As a lifelong Iowan and a native of Grinnell, I know the district well, and I have a vested interest in its success. It has been a home to my family for generations, which is why I am eager to learn more from you and support our collective growth. So please follow me, ask me, join me. Visit sarahsmithforiowa.com.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Pauly Ice Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, Dairy Barn, Sarah Smith for House, and the Grinnell Booster Club. Thank you to all those fine sponsors for the Grinnell Soccer Spring Sports, and also a shout out to Grinnell Mutual for sponsoring our scoreboard, and our quarter sponsor, Brent Nickel State Farm. Thank you to him too.
Halftime here at TT Cranny Field. Pella Dutch leading Grinnell 2-0 on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Scoreless game until the 22nd minute when Abby Warner, the Dutch's leading goal scorer on the year, 15th in the state in goals scored, picks one up and gets a goal in the 22nd minute, giving the Dutch a 1-0 lead. And then Taylor Semeny has a shot from the far side. It kind of trickled in a little mishit, but it was on a penalty kick.
Yeah.
Not a penalty, it was just a penalty kick, and got it past Renzi for the goal. And Dutch up 2-0. And as we said, Blake, this second half is just going to be a battle of survival. I'm sure Pella's going to go into, if there's such a thing for soccer, a prevent type defense where they're not going to look to score. They just want to keep Grinnell from getting anything going.
Yeah, with this heat, it's bad. I mean, that at least they get that 10-minute break there. But yeah, the heat's going to be a problem. Grinnell now has to look into the sun, which that's not going to be any easier for Renzi and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think Pella comes out as aggressive here. I think you can kind of lay back a little bit. You don't have to be too hard on yourself. Just kind of keep the pressure up a little bit. Obviously, if Grinnell scores, that's a big thing. But it's like you said, just kind of play back a little bit, play that prevent defense like we call it in football, and just kind of ride these last 40 minutes out.
I think the equivalent would be in basketball is when a coach says you're on offense, you get, if it's a layup, you take it. Otherwise, pull it back out. And I think Pella's going to, if they get an opportunity, they'll take it.
Right, and I mean, got to score if you're Grinnell.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it in the pregame. Grinnell has not scored on the Dutch since 2016, so it's been 6 years since Grinnell has scored a goal against Pella. So let's change some of that here.
All right, Warner set to play it in for the Dutch. We get the waiting for the ready to play signal. And here it is. And Warner plays it in. Back to Vanderwall. Vanderwall over here to the near side to number 16. That is Lauren Mace. Or 15, rather. Lily Davidson. Dutch have the throw-in off Grinnell. Tigers knock it down. Smith knocking it down. Back over now to Vanderwall, who always seems to be in the middle of that field for the Dutch. And the Tigers trying to mount something. Now Schmidt has it in the middle. She kicks it back. Tigers looking to reset. And we have a whistle. Oh, the clock didn't start.
I don't think the clock
my
got started.
Goodness, come on now.
So, ooh.
It's so hot out, and the guys up in the press box who have probably fans blowing on them are like, oh, yeah, we're good. Let's not start it. Trust me, we don't have any fans up here, but
we did have a wasp fly.
They're going to
stop in to say hi.
They are going to give him a favor here, and they're not going to let him play while this clock ticks down. I bet we probably went 30 minutes, almost a minute.
Well, I think Jeff Blanchard usually keeps it on his clock, so he probably knew exactly where we were at.
Mr. Blanchard doing the officiating tonight, one of the officials out here. Ball kicked back by the Dutch, and their goalkeeper Van Howling picks it up. Taylor Smith closing in, but she scoops it before Smith could do any damage. Now kind of a compaction of players and ball right there.
A little bit of a sandwich.
Yeah, Haasberger and a couple of Dutch defenders had the ball sandwiched there, but ball gets down, Dutch throw it in. Pease go back to knock it away. Ball by the sideline. Dutch waiting for it, and it drops down, and Davison has it. Tries to get into the middle. Smith now tries to get to the far side. Over to Kay Widner. Widner, though, can't catch up, goes out of bounds off of the Dutch, and the Tigers will have a throw-in.
I want to give
Correction,
credit.
Pella throw-in.
I want to give credit here, Chris, if we have any Pella fans watching, especially from Pella High School. Pella did a track meet last night and live streamed it, and it was really well done. And we always talk about Grinnell. We've done really well on our live streams. The whole conference does a good job, but I just want to give my 2 cents. Pella did a really nice job with that live stream last night. Not many track meets get streamed. That was really cool.
Yeah, good for them. There's a shot by the Dutch on the far side. That was Mia Warner, and it goes wide of the goal. Renzi watches it go past, and it'll be a goal kick for the Tigers.
And most of the time when they do, it's just turn your huddle camera on and it's just kind of an
But that was no
view.
huddle camera.
No.
Or Pella did a legit stream. It was good to watch.
We get this new turf field and get a press box upgrade here that we could have windows in the back. I think I could pull it off.
All right, Dutch on the attack now. Again, right off the bat, we noticed just like in the first half, the ball spending the majority of the time in the Dutch offensive end. Here comes the Dutch. Stolzfus now trying to get it down. Knocked out by Grinnell. Van Ursveld has it. Now Smith gets it back, but the Dutch kick it back in. A shot down towards the goal. Renzi misplays it, or actually not misplays it, it's over her head and bounces. And knifing in there for the Dutch was Stolzfus, but she couldn't get a hand on it.
She looked like she was swatting bees. That was Olivia got pretty lucky there. That one just bounced over. Wasn't going to go in, but still. Caught a break.
And correction, that was Warner zeroing in on that and could not get her foot on it. And the Tigers have a goal kick. Smith boots it out towards midfield. Knocked down by the Dutch. Over to Mace. Mace looking back for Warner. Here she comes. Being guarded by Smith. Warner gets around Smith. Now she has a shot. Trying to get sent in the middle of the field. She gets knocked down. And they blow a whistle.
Lauren Pease took a nice little form tackle to Abby Warner there.
I think they're going to call the foul,
Call the foul
Warner.
on Warner.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Interesting.
Well,
Pella Dutch interim coach Mark Howard just kind of shaking his head on that one.
if Abby picks any fierceness up from her older brother Josh, he definitely knows how to put the hit on football and have the moves in basketball too. So
Tigers do have the ball down in their offensive end, but Dutch control. Now Schmidt knocks it down. Can't control, though. Cleared out by the Dutch. Tigers will have a throw in. 36 minutes left to go here in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0. Tigers try to throw it in. Pease try to get to Schmidt, but headed out of there by the Dutch. That was number 13, Annika Stolzfus. Now the ball knocked up in the air, knocked down by Smith. She tries to get it back towards the Tiger offensive end. Vanderwall tries to knock it down, or check that. Van Zee tries to knock it down. Over now to Carlstone. Carlstone tries to get it, gets her hips turned, gets it back for the Dutch. Dutch looking to attack. Tigers have control momentarily. Two Dutch defenders closing in. Smith now boots it over to the near side to Hosberger. Hosberger giving chase, and it goes out of bounds. And it should be a Dutch throw-in. Dutch quickly throwing it in. Davidson gets it in, trying to find guess who? Warner. Gets past Warner and Pease, but Warner now has a shot at it. Gets around Pease. Warner knifing to the middle, and Renzi comes out and knocks it away, and then tapped away nicely by a Tiger defender there. Didn't see who made that knockaway. Looked like maybe Kay Widner poked it away as Renzi was out of the goal. Open net. And the Tigers dodge a bullet, but the Dutch have a throw-in.
And here we thought Pella wasn't going to try to go and score. What do we know?
Maybe they heard us and said, all right,
yeah, I was going to say,
broadcasters,
yeah.
we'll show you.
I guess you feel better up 3-4 than you do 2-0.
Tigers trying to get something started, goes down towards their offensive end, out of bounds, and the Dutch have a throw-in.
One thing I noticed as the sun starts to set across, they definitely could have stand to painted the lines one more time.
Yeah, they're not fully painted pretty well. But with only 1 week left, who's going to go out and paint them in this heat?
Although there are 2 more matches this week.
That is true. That is true.
Hopefully maybe we'll mow one more time and give it paint.
It's going to rain this week, so I mean, good chance you can get some water on it. So.
Pease throws it in. Tigers trying to mount some type of attack. Back out to the middle. Smith giving chase. Knocked down by the Dutch. And now Pella starts the attack. Stolzfus tries to get it ahead. Trying to find her teammate Warner. Again, Pease and Smith right there. Keeping a close eye on number 10 for the Dutch, who already has 1 goal. Adding to her total. 27 now goals on the year. Pella plays it in. Carlstone. Nice looking defender for the Dutch. Boots it down. Tigers giving chase. Here comes Warner. Warner going to win that foot race with Pease. Warner has the ball on the near side in the corner. Warner trying to play. Gets it to the middle. Now in a shot on goal that time by Lauren Mace. Freshman forward. Warner passing the ball that time to his teammates. He was open and just wide of the goal. And Tigers have a goal kick.
You know, we talk about field conditions. It only reminds me of Pella. A couple of years ago, Pella came to Grinnell to play again football. It's for like a district title, and I remember Coach Sal's, our former coach here. He came to me. I was like, "What's your plan this week?" And he's like, "Well, to be honest, he's like, we're just gonna tear up the field as much as we can, and we're gonna hope we can beat them on the grass because they're so used to doing it on turf." Grinnell lost 28-14. Didn't matter in the end, but. That's one of the things I'm going to miss about having a grass field. You just kind of, I don't know, it's always been somewhat of an advantage if you call it that, but definitely going to miss the grass.
And Miller tries to get the ball back. She headed it up, trying to chase it down, but off her out of bounds, and Dutch have a throw in. 32.5 minutes left to go in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0 here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Warner trying to mount something again. Boy, as hot as it is, and you said she was holding her knee, she's probably got a sore knee, it looks like. Never stops attacking. She's always in that mode.
She's also attacking more with the ball this half. We didn't see her with the ball a ton. She was just the one waiting. They must have found something they like here on this near side against Grinnell's defense.
Now Warner tries to throw it in to hit her teammate, Claire Smock. A little too far ahead. Smock tried to get to it, but Renzi runs out, scoops it up, and boots it out to midfield. Tigers now trying to get something going. Down there is Taylor Smith, but there's 3 Pella defenders and 1 Grinnell offensive player. And that's not going to work, and Pella just boots it out of bounds. Now their defense can regroup, and Tigers will have a throw-in.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about this more than once, that sometimes it seems like Grinnell kicks it out too soon. Because, I mean, I know you're trying to get ahead of your defense from Pella, but it seems like we don't have any offense down there to take advantage of that ball, run with it, so...
Oh, now the ball gets past the Tigers, and giving chase that time is Smock. Smock had it for a moment, but knocked away by Grinnell. Back to the middle, and here comes Ivy Schmidt. Schmidt coming in to boost it to the side, knocked down by Pella. Lauren Mace has it. Back to the middle. There's Blanchard now back to Pella, and they go on the attack. Warner now has it in the middle of the field. Over now to Mace. Mace back to Warner. Warner trying to get past the two Tiger defenders. She does to the corner. Warner circling around. Gets knocked down. Still has control of the ball. Now back to the middle. Over now to Mace. Mace in the center trying to get a shot on. She puts a spin on it. And right on goal. Renzi bobbled it but catches it and gets a save.
I don't know how Abby Warner stayed up. One girl went down. Sydney Miller tried to hang with her and still almost got a shot on goal there.
That balance and agility, I think that falls into that's something you can't coach or teach. No. They either have it or they don't. And she does have great balance.
Still so young. I mean, just a sophomore.
Yeah, and in the top 20 in the state in goals scored. So that in the entire state, all classes, that's an impressive stat. Scooped up by Van Houweling, the Dutch keeper. She looks to clear it out with a goal kick. Up in the air towards midfield. Knocked down by Schmidt now. Over to Tyler. Tyler tries to get something going, but nothing there. Again, there are 4 Grinnell offensive players and 6 Pella defenders down there. Warner now running down and just knocked away by Pease. Warner thought she had it for a second, but Pease able to get it away from her and thwart that Dutch attack. And watching Warner play and this Dutch team play, you understand how they are 7-6. They are solid, fundamentally sound team. Tigers now over to Schmidt. Knocked away by Miller. Now back to the Dutch. Trying to get it down there. Hosberger battling Warner. And here comes a run out, but a little too far for Warner. Pease tries to clear it. Back now to the Dutch. And here's a play down.
Nice job, McKenna Smith.
McKenna Smith clears the zone. Lets the Tigers regroup.
I tell you, every time Grinnell's trying to clear it seems like there's a Dutch defender right there.
Yeah.
They're doing such a good job getting in front of these clear lanes.
Now Vanderwall has it. Played back. And there again, Dutch defender. Miller giving chase. Defender boots it down in for a corner kick. And we have a whistle for substitutions.
Let's
3
see.
coming in.
It's Eicher, Van Ersveld, and Isabel Hart.
And coming out are Blanchard and Taylor Smith and Sophia Tyler. Fresh troops. Not quite a Grinnell College line change, but almost.
And those are some hot girls.
Yeah, Bridget is gassed. They have towels with cold water on them, trying to help them out. Bridget is.
Yeah, Bridget needs to stand up.
Well.
That's the trainers tell you need to stand up and get on your feet and get under the tent.
That's another good save there by McKenna Smith.
Yeah, your guts will be cramping faster than you think if you lay down. Just lets everything.
What's that thing you always tell me? Head it or stand up, head arms behind your head.
Arms over your head, let your elbows breathe out, and take deep breaths.
Ball goes off, Grinnell out of bounds past the end line, so Dutch have a goal kick here. And it's Warner to do the kicking honors.
And she does.
Nice ball, a little far up in the air though, trying to be headed by the Dutch, not there. Knocked down by Pella, and a centering pass back off a Grinnell player out of bounds, and it'll be Pella goal kick.
With her being left-legged, it's weird because most girls go to that back corner, then they go out. She moves upfield, then kicks out, which has got to be harder for a scoring perspective if you're not on that left side of the field, call it as you will. But it's an interesting technique.
Knocked down by the Tigers. Eichner now. Tigers trying to mount something, but there again, ever-present Pella defender knocking it back is Stoltzfus. Now here come the Dutch. And Schmock with a long shot. Warner maybe trying to sneak in for a potential rebound, but Renzi scoops it up, says not today. At least not on this try. And Renzi clears out of the Tiger end. Headed out by the Dutch.
A lot of these girls have their sleeves pulled up, trying to create like tank tops almost. And then you look at these goalkeepers who have to wear long sleeves.
I wonder if that's a requirement. If they could even say.
I think so.
Okay.
Just because they have to stand out from everybody else.
Well, and you take the dive that keeps you from getting
I was gonna
skinned
say
up,
getting torn up.
But in some of those CIML games that you've done, Blake, the goalie's just a different color jersey, and they're still short sleeved.
Well, some schools make designated jerseys with their logos.
Right.
Ankeny does have like green Ankeny jerseys for that reason. Must be nice to have money.
Warner knifing in, trying to keep control, and you saw the speed there. She couldn't quite get it. Takes a tumble for her troubles.
The heat must not be affecting Abby Warner because she is everywhere. More active here in the second half than she was in the first half.
We have a whistle, or we have a substitution here? Yes. Coming in for Grinnell, number 15, Kieran Ethelbein, sophomore, coming in for Shiloh Smith.
Boy, well, I think we're 5 minutes from our mandatory break, if that was actually a thing, and all these girls are going to need it because right now everybody's hands on their hips.
Yeah, I think Ivy Schmidt's thinking I could be the next one at once a time.
Yeah, it's a lot of slow moving
Back to the
girls
middle.
right
Here's
here.
Warner now trying to get that left foot on it, trying to get turned around. Puts a shot on, knocked down nicely by Pease. Warner still has the ball. Back out now to Vanderwall. Vanderwall gives chase, puts it back towards the middle, but right towards Renzi, and she scoops it up.
That was a nice shot, able to turn on it, move her hip quick. Vanderwall, the senior, nice job.
Just like in a lot of things, in basketball and volleyball and other sports, you get the hips lined up, that's where the ball usually goes, and that's what they're trying to do. So Tigers playing it out here. Again, the ball the vast majority of the time in the Tiger offensive end. Tigers have had a little bit of success, but here comes Van Ersveld now. Tigers on the attack, but she tries to get to the middle, no one there. Oh, and two players collide, take a tumble, no whistle, we play on.
I think Kay Widener's been in contact with a lot of girls here. A lot of physical soccer here.
No regard for the body, thrown in there to try to stop the attack and being successful.
Well, I think some of that, though, with Kay, she is not a little, she's shorter than most of them, that she just does get under people's kind of shoulder height, and she's definitely a strong girl with strong legs that she could fight her way and keep her balance.
Pella now on the attack on the far side. Now back to Vanderwall in the middle. Vanderwall looking for Smock. Smock in the middle. Or is that
Warner?
It's Warner, yep. Trying to get around. They get that big left foot. Tries to pass through two defenders. Nicely defense by the Tigers. Knocked down, though, by the Dutch. Still in the Tiger offensive end. Here comes Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus has in the corner being shadowed by Schmidt. Stoltzfus now back out. Miller right there. Tries to keep it away from Warner, but back out to the middle. But Lily Davidson for the Dutch is there. She puts it back in play. Off a Tiger player over to Warner. Warner now trying to gain control. Circles back around. Warner looking to get back towards the middle. Pease tries to bump her off. Warner had a shot attempt, but nicely done by Smith that time. And a shot attempt again, tipped out by Renzi. Tigers just trying to get the ball cleared, and here Smith finally gets it out. But the Dutch beat Smith to the foot race, and they control the ball back, and here it comes back in the Pella zone. Knocked down by the Tigers. Ball now finally in the Tiger side, but quickly back in the Dutch offensive end.
There's not much attacking by Grinnell's forwards, and we know why. It's stamina based, but
Yep.
I mean, there's been a couple times here. I do give credit to Eicher. I mean, her and Isabel Hart were the latest ones to check in, so they're definitely going to be pushing the envelope here, along with Mariah Van Ersveld. Everyone else, Ivy Schmidt, Sydney Miller, you can tell they're just ready for a break.
22.5 minutes left to go in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0. Ball out the middle of the field, and the Dutch again get control. Mace tries to get it down, and here comes Warner. Guarded by Smith. Warner cuts back to the middle. Tries to get a right foot kick on it. Knocked out nicely by Smith.
Lauren Pease was the one in there, able to shut it down.
Yes, correction. But here comes Vanderwall. Gets it back and tries a shot attempt a little bit wide. And Tigers will get a goal kick. We have a substitution now for Grinnell. Callie Hart coming in, replacing number 3, Kay Widner. And here we go. McKenna Smith set to kick it out of the goal for the Tigers. Big boot out towards midfield, headed by Pella, by Vanderwall. Knocked down by the Dutch and controlled. Tasha Eichner right there trying to get control, but the Dutch controller back to the middle. Pease clears the zone again. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt over now to Ethelbein. Now down the field. Here comes Sydney Miller on a run out. Miller now with the Tigers' deepest penetration. Tries to get a shot on, but couldn't quite get there. She was bumped by the Pella defender just as she kicked it. And an easy save for Haley Van Houweling.
Everybody was back, though, for the Dutch. I mean, there wasn't really much Sydney could do. Nice breakaway, though, but... Ball
headed around now. And let's see. Pella was out of bounds when they touched it. The referee says so. Tigers will get a throw in. P set to throw it in for Grinnell. Tries to get it into Pella. Pella heads it up. Now booted up by Mace. Over now to Van Ersville. Van Ersville knocks it down to Eichner. Eichner trying to get something going, but chasing it down is Tatum Carlstone. Carlstone gets it. Booted out of the Van Ersveld. Tried to boot it back and chase it down, but it goes right to the goalkeeper, Van Houweling. And Pella will get a goal kick.
A rare goal kick today from the Dutch.
Knocked down by Grinnell to keep the ball in their own end. Schmidt had it for a moment. And taken out of there by Van Houweling. Or Vanderwall, rather. Now here comes Warner on a bit of a breakaway. Giving chase. A shot directly on goal. Knocked away by Renzi. Through her hands. Off the post. Right back to Renzi. Another save by Olivia.
That speed of that ball was really fast. That's hard to cover. Nice job by Olivia.
As I've used a Star Trek term, that was about warp 10 on that kick. That thing had some thump on it. And Renzi with a nice job knocking it away.
And good job on Warner. I mean, if you go back and watch the balance of how she could spin that ball, I mean, she was dribbling like crazy.
Mandatory break time here, halfway through the second half. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0 as you're watching high school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, and the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars.
2-0 Pella on top of the Tiger girls. A little Hawkeye Conference action here from TT Cranny Field on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network on YouTube. First of three broadcasts this week. Thursday we have boys soccer against Nevada, and Friday we have boys soccer hosting Boone to wrap up our soccer broadcast. And then the following week we jump into baseball and softball with a baseball game. Tiger boys hosting Vinton in baseball on May 19th. All that coming up here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
We also jump into 70-degree weather.
That's right.
Should be great. I know we complain a lot, but 90s is not good for May. Yeah, I'd be fine if this is like 4th of July weekend right now, but this is outrageous.
Well, that's the thing. You know, it's probably going to get a lot hotter, and then when it comes to July, it'll be this hot and this humid, but there won't be that wind.
No.
The wind will stop.
I don't know. It's been windy all spring. I don't know if that's slowing down. It's been windy all year.
It has.
In general,
yeah.
the winter was the windiest I've ever seen it.
They had a thing on Channel 13 News about that the other day. It was the windiest April in like 15 years.
Which, when it's hot like this, you can't complain too much because that's where our breeze is coming from. But
when it's cold, though, and then it factors into the wind
it's
chill.
terrible when it's cold, yes. No, I got you there. I had to walk to class in it. It's not fun.
All right, we are set to resume play. Dutch have a throw-in here on the near side. Schmidt tries to step in front and knock it away. Has control for a moment. Now she's battling Stoltzfus. Kind of has her arms out, almost like a little bit of a box out. Big contact there between the Tigers and the Dutch. They call a foul on Grinnell. That was Taylor Smith there, contacting with Anna Vanderwall. Both players just kind of bounced off each other, but they blew a whistle saying that was a foul, so Dutch get a kick.
And there hasn't been many times tonight. I think there's been like egregious fouls. They've just kind of been your normal run-of-the-mill touch fouls.
Well, I mean, when two players are going for the ball, you can't expect them to stop on a dime. They're going to collide.
Yeah.
And
physics do have to happen.
Physics will happen, that's right. I mean, and if a player is bigger and heavier than another one, then physics is going to come into play, and that other player is probably going to go take a tumble.
Yeah.
So Tigers try to throw it in, headed out by the Dutch. Tigers get another throw in. Over to Schmidt. She boots it up in the air, trying to get to the center of the field. Headed out of there by the Dutch. And back comes Pella on the attack, right to Warner. Back now to Taylor Semeny. Semeny now over to Stoltzfus. Stoltzfus in the middle to Schmock. Knocked away, though, nicely by the Tigers. I believe that was McKenna Smith knocking that away. But the Dutch, as you said, Blake, Tigers came and get it cleared out of their end where the Dutch are right there to keep it back in play. Here comes Warner. Maneuver around, gets a shot. Didn't get on it what she wanted. Couldn't quite get the hips through it. Didn't have the velocity. An easy save for Renzi.
You know, I came in looking at stats this morning for this game, and I saw Warner's shot attempts. I'm like, how is that even possible? And then we watch her, and I'm like, all right, now I see how it is. She takes every opportunity she can to shoot that ball.
Well, and we had Jeff Blanchard up in here 2 or 3 matches ago, and we asked about that statistic, and typically the shot on goal is inside the boxes when you count it as a shot on goal. But then a second comment was, well, it all depends on who's keeping the stats. So the stats of if you're 40 yards out and that's who your stat person's calling a shot on goal, then that's what it gets recorded off. But officially, it's inside the box. That's what calls as the official shot on goal.
Okay.
Should be.
I did not know that, so that's good to know. Pella now with a throw-in on the far side. 11 minutes left to go in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0.
I wish it was 11. 17 minutes.
Oh, yeah. The sun's in my eyes now, too.
I wish it was 11, Chris.
Just like we're in the desert. We're seeing illusions
nothing
now.
Against the soccer that we're watching. Hey, it's hot.
I'm trying.
It might be. It probably is. It's warmer outside than it is in here.
Two Tiger player and a Dutch player went to head it, and they called a foul on Grinnell. Didn't quite see that one, but nonetheless a foul call on the Tigers, and Dutch will get a kick. Carlstone to boot it in, play. Down to the middle, knocked away by Hausberger. Out of bounds, Pella with a throw in. Dutch take the ball quickly. Davidson throws it in. Gets it over now to Semeny. Semeny on the near side. Tries to center it back. Nobody home. Schmock come flying in, but there comes McKenna Smith to clear it out. Now the Tigers have a bit of an attack going. Shiloh Smith now on the far side trying to get it, chase it down.
Oh, that's Sophia Tyler.
It's Sophia Tyler, but she kind of wins the foot race, has the ball deep in the corner, and Tyler takes a tumble and goes out of bounds.
Give it to Grinnell. Seemed like they were, nope.
Pella player put her hands up like I didn't touch her. And
I could have swore the official pointed toward Grinnell's side, but maybe not.
Pella ruled off of Grinnell across the end line, so the Dutch get a goal kick. Van Houweling hasn't seen a lot of action tonight, a lot of these kicks, but not a lot of action. Boots it out towards midfield, knocked down by Grinnell. Pardon me, knocked down by Grinnell. And Tigers trying to mount something here. The Schmidt now in the center. Tries to get across to Miller, but knocked out by the Dutch. I will say, Blake, the Tigers showing a bit of life for this. Is the most of the ball in the offensive end.
Starting to move it just a little bit better here on offense. You got 15 minutes. If you get one, that changes the mood of this game here. Shiloh Smith and Sophia Tyler doing a really nice job on that far side. Pella's defense just not quite as tough on the far side as it is here against nearest to the camera. So, I mean, that definitely a big chance here for Grinnell if they can keep it up.
Ball now cleared down by the Dutch, goes out of bounds. I believe it was off Pella, yes. Tigers will have a throw in. Coming up on 14.5 minutes left to go in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 2-0. Tigers throwing the ball in deep. Overshoots the three. Schmidt now tries to get it up. Gets the leg up a little bit high. No whistle. Play on. Now we're to Shiloh Smith, and they called that. Hit her hand or her elbow.
Well,
looked like it kind of
hit her
here.
foot, and then it came up. I mean,
yeah, went right up and maybe hit her forearm.
There's not much she can do there.
No. But again, there's no wiggle room on that call.
No, it's
touches the arm.
It's a cut and dry.
Yep.
I think Blanchard kind of told us there's a little bit, if it's coming toward a player's face and it's a protection thing, sometimes it'll be thought of as not called, but most of the time it's called.
Dutch with a throw in now, trying to get the ball into Warner. Checked by Blanchard. Warner now maneuvers past Blanchard, trying to get back towards the center. Warner now still has the ball in the center, gets it over now to Vanderwall. Vanderwall on the middle, fires a shot, knocked down nicely by Renzi and caught by Renzi. Just when you think you have Warner knocked down, then she suddenly looks to pass to a teammate and gave her teammate a shot at it.
Jack of all trades. Doesn't have many assists on the year, but, I mean, she can still hit you and hard in that category. And, she run to the middle of the field, get in front of everybody. She's just hard to guard.
Dutch now knocked the ball down. Semeny with the ball in the middle. So Dutch look to set up their attack. Over now to Vanderwall. Vanderwall back to Carlstone. Carlstone now tries to get ahead, tipped by Grinnell, but controlled by the Dutch. Back to Vanderwall at the middle of the field. Now Vanderwall loops it down in the far corner to Schmock. Schmock giving chase, and a big collision. Looks like some hands were extended there. And I believe we're going to have a foul
Cade
on
might
Grinnell.
get called on that one.
I think between that, Cade was probably trying to break her fall, and yeah, it was just a tough combination there.
But it did stop the attack, and Pella will have a kick. Dutch now lining it up. That's Tatum Carlstone, a junior midfielder. Puts the ball up in the air way too far and hard, and wide left of the goal. Goes up and over the net, and Tigers have a goal kick. Substitutions coming in here for the Tigers. You have Mariah Van Ersveld coming in, and Tasha Eicher replacing Shiloh Smith and Sophia Tyler.
Sophia's kind of holding a hamstring here. I don't know.
I believe it's her quad, or upper part of her quad there.
The heat gets you in the cold. Heat gets you in the heat. There's no, it's good to have a happy medium, but she's not in good condition there. She's gonna probably be done for the night.
Taylor Smith now battling a couple of Pella defenders, but she loses the ball, and the Dutch have it. Coming down now is Taylor Semeny. Semeny gets it to the middle, but knocked out of there nicely by McKenna Smith. But chased down by Vanderwall. She has been everywhere tonight. We talk about Warner. Vanderwall seems like she's been all over the middle. Now Warner in the middle tries to get a pass to her teammate Stolzfus. Knocked down and tipped away, but knocked past Renzi for the goal for the Dutch.
That could not have been set up any better than Pella. I mean, that was just a nice back and forth, able to put it right where it needed to be. Nice job by the Dutch.
I believe they're going to give that goal to number 13, Annika Stolzfus. Gets a goal in the 29th minute of the second half. It is now 3-0 for the Dutch. Grinnell plays it in. 11.5 minutes. Now it's 11.5 minutes left to go in the match.
Hey.
Pella leads Grinnell 3-0 on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Grinnell struggling as they have all game to get it out of their end. Now finally the Tigers get it clear. Sydney Miller giving chase in a foot race with the Pella goalkeeper. Goalkeeper just kicks it away. Miller ran past it.
This is a big opportunity here.
Now Van Ersveld trying to get a shot in there, and the Tigers scrambling, but Eichner couldn't get to it. Over now to Blanchard. Blanchard gets it taken away by the Dutch. Now back to the middle. Here comes Stolzfus. Stolzfus on the attack. Gets it ahead to Warner, and now Warner's on a breakaway by herself. Here comes Renzi. Renzi knocks it down and just goes wide of the goal. She got her leg out to knock that shot attempt away, and it bounced wide, and Tigers have a goal kick.
Just saw, Chris. I was wondering when DCG and Norwalk played. They play tonight, right now. Just kicked off. Norwalk girls and Dallas Center Grime girls. That's for the regular season title of the Little Hawkeye Conference. So That should be a good match.
Did you happen to see where it was at? Was it at DCG?
It's at DCG.
Okay. They have turf up there, I believe.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. All right, Dutch with a throw-in. Coming up on 10 minutes left to go in the match. Pella leads Grinnell 3-0. Smith now trying to get it cleared. Tigers try to mount attack, but knocked right back in by the Dutch. And here comes Semeny. Semeny now back over to Stolzfus. Stolzfus battling on the side with Miller. Miller wins the battle, gets it back to the middle, but right to Vanderwall. Vanderwall knocks it down, tries to pass in the middle to Warner. Here comes Warner coming across the middle, all the way to the far side. Tries to turn, get a shot up, knocked down that time. Nicely by Van Ursveld. Over now on the far side to Pella, and knocked in the middle of Semeny. Semeny tries to turn, gets a shot on it. She gets a goal.
Wow.
Up and over Renzi. Goes top shelf, as they say, for the goal. And now the Dutch getting a couple goals in a couple minutes apart. And they lead 4-0. There
is a heavy fatigue here for Grinnell. They are tired. I mean, you can just see it, them moving around. They're trying to get more girls subbed in here. It is, I mean, the heat is taking a toll here on Grinnell here as we move toward the final minutes of this one.
Second goal for Semeny, and one in the first half, and one in the second half. Ironically, at about the same time, about 31 minutes into each half, Semeny scores her goal. Now the Tigers had a chance there. Miller had it knocked down, had a chance for an attack, but knocked away by Pella, as their defense has been there all night. Now Schmidt battling against Semeny. Semeny boots it up, knocked down by Kay Widner. Widner now over to Hosberger, goes out of bounds, and the Dutch will have a throw-in. Tiger Girls' next game is the 14th, Saturday. We're there in this tournament at Winterset in Earlham, starting at 10:30. Hosberger now brings the ball up, tries to clear the zone, knocked down by the Dutch though. Stolzfus back over to Warner, kicked out by Pease, gets past Smith. Here comes Stolzfus in. Stolzfus with a shot, spun away from the goalkeeper and goes wide left, and Tigers will have a goal kick. 8:40 and counting left to go here in the match. Pella on top 4-0. Pella's next game is next Monday, the 16th, at Pella Christian.
Just missed that one for tulip time. Sometimes they get lucky and they'll try to play like tennis and soccer and track to try to compete around tulip time, and didn't quite get lucky this year. I know tennis did get to play during tulip time against each other, but
thrown by the Tigers, knocked down by the Dutch, and controlled by the Dutch. Again, Stolzfus. Been there over to Vanderwall, who's always in that middle of the field for the Dutch. Pretty steady presence. Now Stolzfus gets past two defenders ahead to Warner. Warner now going down on the left side, trying to get past Smith. Warner looking, working, tries to get it to the middle to Vanderwall. Vanderwall had it for just a moment, past Schmock, and the Tigers kick it out. Van Ursveld does a nice job clearing it out. Here comes a foot race. Tigers in a foot race with Van Zee. Van Zee has it, tries to get control. She boots it out of there. Tasha Eicher giving chase, and the Tigers will have a throw-in.
No quit by Grinnell, that's for sure.
Nope. And again, as Dan and I have talked about, it's so close. Another half a step, and Eicher would have had a shot at it. Couldn't quite get there, and now it's a throw-in for Grinnell. Schmidt now comes down. Schmidt works around. She's knocked off the ball by a couple of defenders. Gets the ball back out. Here comes Pella. That's Schmock with Warner running with her. Knocked down by Smith, but Schmock maintains control and booted out of there by the Tigers. Back to the Pella zone. Header attempt missed by the Dutch. And Carlson has to go back and get it. She just boots it out of bounds to regroup. And we have a substitution coming in for Grinnell. Two of them. Taylor Smith and Callie Hart coming in. Coming out as number 10, Hosberger, and number 3, Kay Widner.
That 4 minutes worth of extra timeouts kind of adding to their normal stop time.
Tigers trying to get something going. They're streaking down. Van Ursveld trying to hit a streaking Taylor Smith. She was running down the field, but knocked out alertly by the Dutch. But Tigers get a throw in. Van Ursveld triggers it in. Over everybody. Down in the corner trying to give chase as the Tigers, but it goes out past the end line. And then Dutch will have a goal kick. 6 minutes left to go in the match. Pella on top, 4-0. High school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Chris Juni, Blake Walker, and Dan Walker with you on this Tuesday night. I believe we already discussed how warm it is. It is hot out here, even though the wind's
Have we
blowing.
said it?
I think we mentioned it once.
I was going to say.
I don't know. If you're saying Thursday night, it's only going to be 84. It'll be like the air conditioning's on.
No, Thursday, 95.
95.
Oh, okay.
And that is state qualifying track, and I can tell you as a parent who's been at those when it's hot.
We're bringing a
It is
fan up
miserable.
here on Thursday night. I can tell you that. I don't care. I'm bringing a fan. I need to call up Ed Wilson with WHO, send some rain or something. It's going to be a rough night.
Well, it is amazing. The rain that we have had, it is already drying out like crazy out there.
All that wind helps.
Here anyway. I mean, we were up in the Ames, Nevada area over the weekend, and I think they got so much rain that
Oh, my.
it'll take 6 or 7 days.
Warner and Renzi just took a hard collision with each other. I think.
Warner looking back at the official like, wasn't that a foul? Because
I don't.
Renzi went to boot it out. I don't know if she kicked her in
know.
the face or the neck area.
I don't know what else Olivia could have done.
I think if I'm the Pella coach, I may think about getting Miss Warner out. She's limping. Yeah, she just pulled her jersey like, okay, coach, I need a sub. I need to come out because she has a hitch in her giddy up. And
Well, you only got 4 minutes. Yeah, they'll get a sub here, but
yeah, here comes a sub for
don't
Warner.
have to go too hard in these last couple minutes.
Well, though, if Warner gets a shot, she's going to go take it. Now the ball goes out of bounds, knocked out by Grinnell, and now we have substitutions on both sides. Coming in for Pella, number 2, Julian Wright, replacing Abby Warner.
Good game here by Abby. Really solid, fun to watch.
Yes.
She'll rest up, get ready for their next match against Pella Christian.
Coach gives her a high five, and she says, get away from me. I need water and cool air. Knocked down by Grinnell. Booted back in the offensive end by the Dutch, and Tigers will have a throw in.
I want to give a quick shout out, Chris, to all these seniors for Grinnell,
Yes.
considering it is senior night. So shout out to the seniors: Kay Widener, Sophia Tyler, Sydney Miller, Valley Joe Hosberger, Lauren Pease, Ivy Schmidt, Bridget Blanchard, and McKenna Smith, all seniors. And one thing you'll notice about all those girls, multi-sport athletes, this isn't just the only sport you heard their name. Fantastic athletes departing Grinnell High School. They'll be missed going for years to come here. Of course, not the result they want here on senior night, but still have made a huge impact.
And I know a couple of them, a lot of people may or may not say it's a sport. I know Chris will agree with me on this statement, but a couple of them are in dance, and holy cats, the endurance that dance competition takes anymore, that's a sport in my book too.
I just point people to the fact that if the pro teams are putting in dance and having their offensive linemen take dance classes and moves, there's some merit to it.
I was going to say.
Seeing those big guys doing that for flexibility and stamina and core strength is what it's all about. Tigers knock the ball out. Pella will have a corner kick, a substitution now coming in. Valley Joe Hosberger back in the game.
Get her senior moment here.
Replacing Shiloh Smith. I think, yep, a lot of the seniors are out there now for the Tigers.
And they did have they had a presentation before we went on air. So I think that started at 5:05 or 5:10 before the game, so I wasn't able to get that captured. But they did have a senior recognition with the parents over there on the far side of the track.
I know there will be pictures in the paper. So
yeah, our friend Martha Pender was here covering for the Grinnell Herald.
She's still she's over there on the far sideline still taking pictures.
It's always a bit of a sad night, no matter what the outcome. I mean, obviously you want to win, but anytime you're a senior, you're playing, your last home game here. It can be a bit emotional for the players and the parents, just because you know how much work has gone into it, and how much the parents have traveled, and how many meals out. Now there's a shot on goal, knocked down by Renzi. Ball gets loose, but picked up by Renzi. That shot was going to be wide, but Olivia, taking no chances, scoops it up and boots it out to midfield.
I tell you, Olivia's gotten so much experience. We talk about, senior night and whatnot, but just a sophomore Olivia is, and how much she's played and how much she's contributed. I didn't even think she played last year, honestly.
She did play last year.
I was going to say, so going to end up being a 4-year starter. I'd be looking at the record books for possible saves with her by the time she's done here in Grinnell. She's been phenomenal this year.
Just over a minute left to go here in the match. Pella going to move to 8-6 overall, 4-1 in the conference. Grinnell going to fall to 4-7 and 2-4. Tigers trying to get something last thing mounted here over to Schmidt. Gets it back now to Smith. Smith's boot knocked up in the air by the Dutch, knocked down by Semeny. Now Smith gets it back and chased down by Eliza Van Zee.
It's 3-2 in the conference on Pella. Well, they moved to 4-2. They lost to Norwalk and Dallas Grimes as well. I'm not sure why that didn't go in on varsity bound, but
well, as this is ticking down, Blake, you're going to be able to call some of the best games. You're going on to do girls soccer at
girls
State.
Soccer might see this Pella team. I know for sure we're going to see DCG in Norwalk, but you never know. I mean, Pella. I haven't looked at Pella's bracket, but yeah, if you're Grinnell, plan to go to Nevada in a couple weeks. The Tigers will take on the Cubs for the first round. That's on the 18th, so that's in 8 days. So yeah, head on down to Nevada, support these girls. I can tell you right now, Nevada may be ranked top 10, but they are not as good of a team as you'd think they are. So.
Well, we talk about all the time. It goes to the competition you played, and that'll do it. Pella with the win tonight, 4-0 over Grinnell. We'll take this break for our Fines Boosters as we tell you you're watching high school girls soccer on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Maid and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before, or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports live stream network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, Dairy Barn, Sarah Smith, the House, and the Grinnell Booster Club. Thank you for all those fine sponsors on our last evening of girls soccer.
That's right. Our next broadcast will be this Thursday night, May the 12th, when the Tiger boys host Nevada here at 5:30. And then we have another one Friday night when the boys host Boone to wrap up our soccer coverage on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Again, the final, Pella beats Grinnell 4-0 for Blake Walker, Dan Walker, I'm Chris Juni. Thanks for joining us tonight. As we tell you once again, you are watching and listening to Grinnell Tiger Girls Soccer on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Good night, everybody.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.